Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. I have Carrie tonight, and whoop whoop, she's my Tennessee great friend. Love her to death. And we came to an agreement that we were going to do a story about me, and she's going to ask me some questions. And I hope this helps you to understand my why and the reason why I started in this business. So, without further
Absolutely.
ado,
Thanks
this is
everyone for
Carrie.
having me. We were on here a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and we did my story. And so I was like, no, it's your turn tonight to tell us all about you. So we're
Yes,
going to put you in the hot seat tonight.
thank you.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, tell everybody. I haven't even heard the full details. So yeah, tell us your story.
Okay, so I have always had an entrepreneurial mindset, and I've always had little side businesses. I did a dessert business for a while.
Mhm,
I did that
mhm.
for probably like 2, 3 years. I did a coaching business, kind of like fitness and wellness. So I've always been a people person and wanting to help people, and I just knew that something was out there for me. And working my 9 to 5 job, I was just getting burnt out, and I was just completely over everything. So I knew there has to be something out there, right? So here's the real how this story kind of evolved is I was knowing that I wanted to do something, and I was walking down by the beach and I seen this new little coffee shop open up, and I was like, oh my god, that would be the perfect place for a stand-up paddleboard place, because that's like the perfect place to rent it. You can go around the bay and enjoy your day, get a coffee. And so like I started planning that in my head and like mentally like, okay, looking for ideas. And then probably like 2 months after I went down there to like really talk to somebody and get this ball rolling. And lo and behold, it was already a stand-up paddleboard rental. So somebody jumped on my idea real quick.
Yep. Yep.
But I don't take anything harsh. I just took it as I'm on the right path and I just need to keep thinking because obviously what I'm thinking is on the right path. So
Hmm.
that's kind of what got me started. And then I was scrolling on Facebook and I seen this girl's post and I really resonated with what she said. And she was talking about more financial freedom, more
Yep.
freedom with her family, more freedom doing anything she wanted, and being able to make money online and not have a boss. And that just resonated with me
Yeah.
completely. So I jumped in full force and was like, you know what, this is the business for me because it's exactly what I wanted and this is exactly what I need. So I jumped in through that. And since then, my life has completely evolved. I've met you, I've met so many amazing souls. And I just resonated with everybody that I meet. And I'm meeting people that are a part of my goals and I'm growing with these people. So I'm just super excited to be able to be in a business that you can meet people and grow with people, and it's just probably the best business you could be in because you want to be surrounded by people that uplift you and push you in directions. And
Yeah.
working a 9 to 5 job, I really was not getting that. I was getting, you know, hammered on by my bosses and feeling like anything that I did wasn't good enough. And then, fighting for 2 weeks vacation a week. Like, that's not the life I want to live. I want to be able to sit on the beach and enjoy my life and constantly be happy. Working a 9 to 5, it's like, I have to go to work. Like,
Hmm.
not for me anymore.
And with this business, have you found like you have more freedom and more time and more like scheduling, like ability to just kind of do your own scheduling and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I
Hmm.
schedule, so I'm still working my 9 to 5, but I schedule all of my meetings in the pockets of my time. And literally, I think I would spend, just because I'm working on a lot of things, I spend maybe like 45 minutes a day on my business, and
Hmm.
it's growing on the back end. And because of our automation,
Yeah.
it keeps growing and growing. And of course, it's like something you want to spend your time on. So you spend more time on it because you want to get to your goals as soon as possible. So, yeah, definitely.
That's, I hear you there. That's one of the things I absolutely love about the business is that you can be working on it in the pockets of time when you have them, but then you can also be sleeping and the business can be doing its own thing while you're doing work or while you're sleeping. And it's that automation is absolutely key. And like, that's how you build that freedom-based business. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and who
So
doesn't want to have automation?
I know, right? And I mean, there's so many people nowadays, it's like we crave this freedom. We get so boxed in and it's just like, let me out, let me do my thing, let me thrive. So I
Yes,
totally resonate with that you said.
yes.
So I guess we talked a little bit about your why, but like, if it gets stressful and it gets tough, and like, what is it that really keeps you going with the business? Like that makes you really want to get out of bed and get this done, and the
Right.
priorities.
Yeah. So my why does bring tears to my eyes, and I feel like anybody that has a deep reason for doing anything in life that pushes you, it's gonna bring tears to your eyes. And if it doesn't, it's the wrong business, or you don't have a strong enough why to get going.
Mm-hmm.
So
Keep
for
going
me,
deeper.
yeah, you got to go deep.
Mhm.
So for me, I watched my family struggle. My dad got diagnosed with a blood disease, and he had to have a bone marrow transplant. And he's at the time he was only I think 55, so he wasn't planning to retire early. But because he had to get the bone marrow transplant, and the doctors put him on all these medications, and he can't go back to work, so he wasn't planning to retire early. So financially, it really put a damper on my dad and my stepmom's life, and
Yeah.
I just witnessed kind of his world a little bit crash. And then not to mention like my world, like that's my family and I want to be there
Yeah.
to support my family. So I think that's a real big why for me. The other why is not working a 9 to 5 anymore and having a boss tell me what to do, or even work for a company that can force you to get a vaccine or get anything that you don't believe in. And to me, that's just so disheartening to work for a company that doesn't give a crap about you, and you either get
Yeah.
this or you don't work here. It's like, no, dude, that's not how I want to live my life.
Mm-mm.
And then my
Mm-mm.
other reason is just to be my own boss. Like, I want to be able to dictate what goes on in my life. I want to be able to take a lunch when I want. I want to be able to take a vacation when and where I want, and not be held back by anything, because we are human and we are born to live free. And we
Yeah.
are born to experience life and enjoy life. And I feel like working a 9 to 5 is just, it's not putting me in the place that I want to truly live and truly be happy.
Yeah. I hear you there. Absolutely. Like I said, so many of us in this industry and this business, it's freedom, freedom, freedom. Like freedom is ultimately our why, but that's absolutely incredible. So for people that are listening, like I know you talked a little bit about when you first found the business and you first heard about the business. How easy was it for you to get started?
So back to the why. If your why is strong enough, there's nothing going to hold you back, and you're going to do whatever it takes to get to where you want to get to. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, when I found out about the business, I was like, yeah, I'm in. I'm in. What do I have to do? Anything. I'll do anything to get out of my situation and be happier and be on this freedom lifestyle. So for me, it was a real, it was easy for me because I had that why and I was driven. But it also is super easy because we're set up in a way where you can do these trainings and you learn step by step how to
Yeah.
create your website, how to create funnels, how to create all this automation that makes your life so much easier. And not to mention the
Mm-hmm.
things that you learn about yourself along the way is probably the key that everybody misses when they start a business. They say that, businesses succeed when it's 80% strategy and 20%, or excuse me, 80% internal work, self-development, and
Mm-hmm.
20% strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So that just tells you right there that if you're not good with yourself, you need to work on your self development. But you can also
Mm-hmm.
do that along the way as you're building a business. But it's that balance that everybody needs to have.
Yeah.
But this business is set up so easy, and we have an amazing community of people. You can ask any questions.
Yeah.
People guide you. Like Carrie, for example, I've learned so much from her, and I've known her for just a few months, and I'm building my business with these amazing souls. And who wouldn't want to fucking do that?
Right. Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. When I first jumped into this business, one of the things that I heard someone say was it's like a personal development program with a paycheck. And I was like, wait a minute, hold
I
on a
love
minute.
that.
I
I'm like,
spend
what?
like personal development, like I am always investing in coaches and programs, and like personal development is something that's huge to me in terms of just how can I become a better human? How can I show up to my fullest? And so I'm used to spending money on those programs. And so when someone said to me, this is this job that you're getting into, it's like a personal development program that pays you. And I'm like, how do I get involved in this? Like, sign me up. Yes, please. Like, this is absolutely perfect. So I would 100% agree with, with that.
That is the best way to put it too. You're getting paid to work on yourself. And
Yeah.
in the midst of that, you're helping other people, and helping other people actually helps you in the long run because you're learning more about yourself as you're helping people as well.
Absolutely. And like you touched on, I mean, it's a community, not just of people here in the States, but like globally, right? I mean, so you're interacting with people in Australia and Europe and Bali and Hawaii. And I'm like, I've got friends all over the dang place now.
Yes.
Like, and so it's like whenever we get together and gather, I'm like, oh, who am I going to see from where? So it becomes really,
Seriously.
really exciting for sure.
Yeah, I love that part about it because, I've met people like you. Like, you wouldn't have never met anybody from anywhere across the world or across the states just starting any old business. Like, if I would have done the paddleboard stand up, yeah, I would have met some people from all over the place, but not in this kind of environment. And we're all on the same wavelength and we all connect on that same level and we all have a really similar why or a really
Hmm.
similar reason of why we've started this business.
Hmm.
And you can't find that anywhere. Like, we're connecting and we're all soul aligned, and that's just like the best way to start a business
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I always say freedom is my why and this business is my how, and it's just like they go so hand in hand. So it's so nice when you can connect because you and I mean, we just connected via social media and it was a quick message. Oh my gosh, I see you're involved in this too. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we're automatically friends now. And it was just so
Yes.
cool the way we met. I absolutely love that. Let's see. One of the other things I wanted to ask you, do you have any advice? If someone were on the fence, they've been listening to you a little while, they've been watching your lives and watching your feed. Do you have any advice for somebody that might be on the fence thinking about working for themselves, entrepreneurship, this business, anything?
Yeah. I have a lot of people that watch and a lot of people that ask a lot of questions. And I love that. And I feel like
Hmm.
sometimes people get stuck on that teetering, like, oh, it sounds really interesting. I'm really interested. And it's like, what is your but? I urge you to understand what your but is and what's holding you back because that is what's keeping you from your dream life. For
Yeah.
example, I was in that situation where I, you know, wanted to start another side business with another group of girls, and it was kind of low ticket sales. It wasn't anything that was going to be productive and as earning as this company.
Hmm.
But I just knew that if it wasn't something that was drawing me to it, then I'm not going to do it. And
Mm-mm.
also, who wants to be a part of something if they're not completely invested? If you're not
Right.
completely invested, maybe it's just not for you. You should be completely invested. So if you're on the fence and you're wondering, do your research, find out, ask the questions, maybe jump in our platform and see if it is something for you. It's fucking
Hmm.
free. Why wouldn't you not try? If your why is
Right.
that deep, you should be able to jump in and try. But yeah, if things hold you back, life is going to hold you back. It's when you get past your being scared or your, well, I don't know, type of like feeling. It's when you get past that is when you completely grow. And also, what I've learned is what the fuck was holding me back? Like, I was being, naive or scared or whatever the word may be. I don't know what some people like teeter on, but once you get past that and you move in this direction of, oh my God, this is amazing, you
Hmm.
know that you're going to be driven because it's just going to take you because you've gotten past that piece. Just like doing lives. Like, at first I was like scared as hell to do a live. I don't know why. It's just talking to friends. But once I got past it,
Same.
it's like, dude, I love doing them because it's connecting with these new people that are my soul sisters. And it's so freaking easy. And people want to see that you're a real person and you're not
Yeah.
just a keyboard person sitting behind the, keyboard typing things. Like, anybody could say it's freedom to make money online and automation. But if you're really speaking your truth and you're showing people how to do it, I feel like people gravitate towards that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's so funny when you're like, so we talked about, what's the why, but then it's like, yeah, but what's your but? Like what is it that's going to propel you forward and what is it that's keeping you stuck right here? Because like if it's fear, if it's excuses, if it's like this playing small mentality that you're worried you're going to fail, you're worried you're not going to show up, like these are all parts of that personal development process that we just
Yep,
talked about. Like you said, scared of going live, scared of showing up, and it's like you do it once or twice and you're like, what the heck was I worried about? Like this is nothing, this is old hat. But I think so many times people tend to get in their own way and it's just like, this is too good, this is too amazing to like sit back and be like, oh, I'm
yeah,
not sure. So if
seriously.
you're on the fence, really, really, really listen to what, is figure out what that but is. What's the excuse? Why?
Seriously. And I feel like that's where people struggle because they don't know why they're being held back. And it's like, you really need to dig
Mm.
deep and realize why you're scared. What are you scared of? Because this is something you can jump into with no strings attached, figure out if it's aligned with you, and if it's not, you jump out. So it's really
Right.
like you're not losing out on anything. You're not,
There's
I
a
mean,
it's a no commitment to try it. Yeah.
no commitment. And with other businesses, like if I started the stand up paddleboard, yeah, that's a lot of commitment. That's a lot of loans to be,
Yeah.
over my head, and bosses that I'm working with, because that's like a community right there. I'm just like, there's so many other things out there, but this is like top notch. You literally are building your business with your brand, and no one can tell you that you're doing it wrong. No
Right.
one.
Yeah. I've been a brick and mortar retail business owner prior to this for years and years and years. And I tell you what, the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that it takes to open a business,
And
it's
stress.
like you've got so much inventory and retail, like all this space and the employees and the blah blah blah. And then when I first heard about this opportunity, I was like, cool, what's it? And I hear the numbers and I'm looking at the things and I'm like, that's it? Like, I get a whole business for that, or
Yeah.
just a part of a
Yeah.
business? No, the whole thing. Like, I mean, it just boggles my mind, like blows my mind, because it's a business in a box. It's everything that you need with the training, like you said, the training, the people, the platforms, the support, the automation, like, yeah. So, I think we touched on most of the questions in our little spiel. Is there anything else that I didn't ask that you want to share with our audience tonight?
Not exactly, but I'm here for anybody who wants to chit chat. I always get a lot of DMs. I feel like a lot of people feel more comfortable sending DMs and little voice notes more than reaching out on a post or commenting on things. So I just want to make it known that I respond to every message and I respond to every person, and I'm just spreading my truth and my why, and
Yeah.
I feel like everybody needs to be on this wavelength. So I'm just going to keep sharing my truth.
Shouting it from the rooftops all the way on all the socials. Same, same, same. Like,
Yes.
well, I'm really, really, really glad that we got to have this. It feels nice to have kind of done the reciprocation, right? Because it's
Yeah.
one thing to be on the Q&A, like, oh, I got to tell my whole story. So it was really nice to be able to hear yours tonight.
Yes.
I really appreciate you having me here.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything. And for anybody that's watching, if you scroll down on my profile, you'll see me and Carrie's live that we did. I want to say it was like a month and a half ago,
I,
maybe 2 months.
I kind of feel like, yeah, it was definitely in that range. I have no
Yeah.
idea. My sense of time is like, I don't even know how it's August.
I don't either,
It's
to be
when they
honest.
say it. What is it? Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes.
I'm having a blast over here, so I have no idea
It's
what month
so
it is.
true. So true. And to be honest, I'm not as worried about the dates anymore. Like, every day is amazing. I have made my life so perfect and so amazing with this like great energy that it's like I don't
Yeah.
even care what day and time it is. I'm just like free and enjoying life.
I know. And I made a post just yesterday about how cool Mondays are now that
Yes.
I'm in this business, because most people dread Mondays. And it's so
Right.
nice when you don't have to worry about that anymore. And you're just like, oh, no alarm clock. I'm going to do
Yeah.
a me day on Mondays. And it just feels
Exactly.
so good.
Yes.
So, yeah.
No one's holding you back.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Well, thank you so much, Carrie. I really
Mhm.
appreciate everything.
Yes, absolutely. So good to see your face on here. And we'll have to do this again soon.
Absolutely. Let's pencil you in.
All
Have a
right.
good
Bye,
evening.
everyone. Have such a wonderful night.
Bye, girl. See ya.
Bye.